नमस्कार, फ्लेक्सी स्ट्रॉन्ग टॉक्स के 19th एपिसोड में आप सबका बहुत स्वागत है. माय नेम इज लोकेश नथानी एंड आई एम द क्यूरेटर एंड होस्ट ऑफ दिस अमेजिंग शो फ्लेक्सी स्ट्रॉन्ग टॉक्स. फ्लेक्सी स्ट्रॉन्ग टॉक्स is a wonderful initiative by Shyam Steel Industries. To navigate the twists and turns of life, we need bit flexibility and we need bit strength as well. And that's why the name Flexi Strong Talks. Our endeavor has been to invite subject experts and super achievers who will share with us what it takes to make our life happy, healthy and meaningful. Over the last 18 episodes, we have shared with you various aspects of wellness like financial, mental, emotional, nutritional and many more. And we also had the privilege of some super achievers who shared with us the power of dreams and how, if you don't give up, the dreams come true. Today we have a very special guest to discuss some very important aspects of life about the food, nutrition and our lifestyle. Let me ask you this. How many of you feel that there is still room for improvement in your lifestyle, food and your health? How many of you feel that in your daily life you neither have time nor resources to look after yourself? How many of you feel that अब मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता, यही जिंदगी है, nothing much I can do about it? Now the good news is that after listening to our subject expert today and interacting with her, you will realize that actually it's not so difficult to look after yourself and have a healthy life. So friends, it's time now to introduce our very special guest today for the 19th episode of Flexi Strong Talks, brought to you by Shyam Steel Industries. Our very special guest is a celebrity nutritionist, Pooja Makhija. Pooja Makhija has in her 15 years of practice transformed the bodies and lives of over 25,000 people and made planet Earth lighter by 1,25,000 kilos. Her clientele includes people from all walks of life, be it models, actors, CEOs, and people like you and me. Even though she has been a nutritionist to stars like Deepika Padukone, Sonam Kapoor, Ranbir Kapoor, Karan Johar, Sushmita Sen, and many more, she has a lot to offer to people like you and me by bringing easy to practice food habits and lifestyle. Pooja is also a best-selling author, a television star, an entrepreneur, and above all, a devoted mother of two. She works from a clinic Nourish in Mumbai and has both an MSc in food science and nutrition and a BSc in dietetics from Mumbai. A vocal and passionate believer in the power of food, Pooja's mission is to help you fall in love with food. To that end, she's on a journey to fooducate. Like how we say educate, she's on a journey to fooducate the world and help rebuild people's faith in power of nutrition. Her best-selling book, released in 2012, Eat Delete, has been translated into Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati and Marathi. In 2017, she launched her second book, Eat Delete Junior, a parental read on child nutrition, and she launched N for Nourish in 2019. She also has her own TV show, The Pooja Makhija Show on the Food channel, her own radio show on Magic FM, and a regular column on Times of India. So it's absolutely an honor and privilege to welcome our very special guest at Flexi Strong Talks, Pooja Makhija. Over to you, Pooja, and a warm welcome from all of us at Shyam Steel.
Thank you for all the warm words, and a very warm welcome to everyone here who have come to fooducate themselves. And yes, to all those of you who think मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं करने के लिए, मेरा तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, you definitely will be leaving back with very easy to apply daily practical things, because food and nutrition is not celebrity style, and food and nutrition cannot be corrected only till you pay a nutritionist. Food and you is a zindagi bhar ka rishta. The one and only one way that we can show love and respect to this magnificent body that we have been gifted by God. We truly have been given a magnificent self-healing machine, which sadly none of us are actually loving and respecting. We are all behaving कि हमारे पास लॉकर में एक और बॉडी पड़ी है, थोड़ा सा नाम कमा लें, पैसे कमा लें, फेम कमा लें, 50 इयर्स की उम्र में स्वैप कर लेंगे. आज तो दिवाली है, लड्डू तो खाना ही पड़ेगा, रक्षाबंधन में गुलाब जामुन तो खाना ही पड़ेगा, सॉरी रसगुल्ला तो खाना ही पड़ेगा. We are all eating more to please this 3-inch tongue than to heal this body. Like Lokesh said, मोबाइल फोन्स की मत सुनना, पर आजकल हम उसकी ज़्यादा, इस बॉडी की कम सुनते हैं. हमारी बॉडी भी करती है बीप बीप टी टॉ, वो आपको साइंस देती रहती है. गैस, एसिडिटी, हेयर फॉल, मसल क्रैम्प्स, हेडेक्स, ये आपके बॉडी के बीप्स हैं. लेकिन हम इसको बाईपास कर देते हैं. हेडेक्स तो सभी को होता है, मसल क्रैम्प्स भी सभी को होता है, गैस, एसिडिटी, थोड़ी बहुत डकार तो सभी को होती है लंच के बाद. नहीं, ये आपके बॉडी के बीप्स हैं. जितने प्रॉम्प्टली हम अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन की सुनते हैं, अगर हम अपनी सुनने लगे तो people like me and doctors will be totally eradicated and out of business. But because we are not respecting this temple, we are eating to please the tongue, we are eating to please the people, we are eating to celebrate, we are eating out of boredom, we are eating out of stress, we are eating for recreation, we are eating on holidays. Everything in our lives has been centered around food. दुख है तो खाना, सुख है तो खाना, celebration तो खाना, party तो खाना, $1 million deals over dinners, family time spent over meals. If I told you I did all of these things by putting petrol in my car, खुश हूँ तो ज़्यादा पेट्रोल डाल देती हूँ, दुख हूँ तो पेट्रोल डाल देती हूँ, सेलिब्रेट कर रही हूँ तो गाड़ी में जाके पेट्रोल डालती हूँ, अपसेट हूँ, लोनली हूँ, डिप्रेस्ड हूँ तो पेट्रोल डाल देती हूँ, तो आप बोलोगे सॉरी पूजा, गाड़ी खराब हो जाएगी, व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विथ यू, टैंक फुल है. Eating to please these senses and eating for all reasons but nurture is the reason why our body is failing. From minor symptoms to major ailments, every problem that today faces our humanity and human body can be corrected by only one and one thing: food. Do you think drugs heal? Any of you diabetic in the room? Any of you hypertensive in the room? जो दवाई आप ले रहे हो उसने आपकी डिजीज को करेक्ट किया है? Have you corrected past high blood pressure or diabetes? No. You take a pill only to correct the symptom, not to correct the problem. What is the clear definition of medicine? Anything that heals your body of disease is called medicine. For some reason, we are calling drugs medicine. Drugs are a symptomatic relief of the problem, not correction of the disease. Correction of the disease comes from the food and your lifestyle. So any problem, minor or major, can be corrected with the power of information. Are we all aware how important is information in today's time and age? We are living in the world of AI, where everything is about information. Food is that information. The only way you give your body information is with every single bite. Every bite is information. Whether it is good information or bad information, ये जानने के लिए you don't have to do a master's in nutrition or a PhD in medicine. Each and every one of us know which food is good for us and which is only being eaten to please the tongue or the mind. Each bite is taking you towards good health, good hair, good skin, good energy levels, good hormones, regular periods, no aches and pains, controlled sugar levels, no heart problems. And then every bite is taking you towards gas and acidity and hair fall and acne and weight gain and knee pain and back pain and high blood sugar levels and inflammation and heart problems and the deadly cancers. Why? Why? Because we are feeding our temple with what our tongue wants or what our mind wants, not what our body wants. So today's talk is going to be giving you all the simplest ways in which you change the power of this information. Because nobody can heal your body but you. And it starts with the smallest steps, and all the ingredients are present in our Indian kitchen today. कोई fancy चीज़ों की ज़रूरत नहीं है, कोई सुपर फूड्स स्पेशल सुपरमार्केट से ऑर्डर करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, उस ग्रीन पत्ता फ्रॉम वो पहाड़ ऑफ हिमालय लाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. हमारे किचन, इंडियन किचन में सारी इंग्रेडिएंट्स टुवर्ड्स गुड हेल्थ है. But we are running away from our roots and aping convenience and the West, which is why we are plagued with disease predominantly of the West. So we will come to more deep diving into all of these as we open the floor to your queries and questions and lots more about food.
Great, that's a great start, Pooja. Thank you so much for that wonderful start. I just loved your example of, and I'm going to use it some point of time, that how much can you fill in the car tank? You know, how much fuel can you fill? If it's full, it's full. We don't do that, right? That's a common sense. But we don't apply that common sense when it comes to our own body, which is also like a vehicle which is running around or whatever on planet Earth. So that's a wonderful...
and our body works 24/7.
Right.
No car works 24/7.
Car still goes in the garage, but we are working 24/7.
No, the car still stops. We park it in the night and we turn it off.
Right.
This miraculous body is working for us even when we turn it off. The cleansing, the detoxification, the purging, the bad cells being removed, the growth being occurring, new cells being formed. This body works relentlessly 24/7. But we give it less love than we give our cars.
Right.
If I would tell you that you have one car to choose one car of your choice. You will have that car and you will enjoy it and relish it. Choose a car of your choice. But that's the only car you get for the whole of your life. एक extra part, एक extra tire, एक extra engine, एक extra whatever नहीं मिलने वाला है. हम वो गाड़ी का किस स्टाइल से ध्यान देते थे? एक डेंट हम खुद उसको जाके रब करके पॉलिश करके क्लीन करते थे. बच्चों ने खाना खाया उसको क्लीन कर लेते थे. थोड़ा सा आवाज़ आया उसको फिक्स कर लेते थे. खड्डे में गई गाड़ी को बेचारी को प्यार से रखते थे क्योंकि सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक गाड़ी मिलने वाली है. ये बॉडी उससे ज़्यादा मिराक्युलस है माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. नो बेटर देन एनी रोल्स रॉयस. बट इस बॉडी को ध्यान दे रहे हैं. बाल गिर रहे हैं, गिरने दो. बेली फैट आ गया है, कोई बात नहीं. इट्स अ साइन ऑफ प्रॉस्पेरिटी. बेल्ट 2-3 नॉच ऊपर चला गया और क्या हुआ?
खाते पीते घर से हम.
वी आर नॉट लविंग एंड रिस्पेक्टिंग दिस बॉडी. गाड़ी ने साइन दे दिया, इंजन में ऑयल चेक कीजिए, 1 सेकेंड में भागते थे. बेचारी ये गाड़ी टू 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 करती जा रही है, हम सुन ही नहीं रहे हैं. टिल दिस स्मॉल बीप becomes an alarm and we get a disease. And then we are running to doctors. We have 99 problems till we have a health problem. And then we have only one problem.
You're absolutely right. I read somewhere that assume you have 1,000 problems in life and then you get your health problem. Then that's the only problem you have. It's not about the other 1,000 problems. And you know, starting with when you said the car goes into garage, it takes rest, and we are supposed to also do that. But in this current age, current DNA, you know, the binge watching, it keeps us awake. Like even if I'm feeling sleepy, I'll make a cup of coffee, but I'll finish that series that I'm watching, and it disturbs our, you know, sleep. And I'm sure sleep has a big role to play in terms of our health and our lifestyle. So we are not parking our body or in the garage as much as we do that with a car. So how do we get over that? Because that's a big challenge. We want to, what happened in the next episode? I can't sleep without watching it. So how do you manage that? What's your message?
Sleep, if could be negotiated. Very long ago when I was in college or school, I had read this article where they're going to come up with a chamber, a hyperbaric chamber, जहाँ 1 घंटा सोओगे तो it will be equal to 7 hours of sleep. So then man can utilize those 7 more hours to work more, make more money, make more God knows what, stress. But ऐसी कोई मशीन अब तक बनी तो है नहीं. हम कहाँ कहाँ पहुँच गए, कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स बना लिए, कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी कर ली, लेकिन are we able to replace sleep? Because we spend 1/3 of our life sleeping. 1/3 of our life goes in sleep. Why is it important? Is to understand that that's how God made this body to rest. This magnificent body is working even when we are sleeping. But वो detox कब करे? वो cleanse कब करे? वो disease को कब आपकी body से निकाले? Only and only when you sleep. Because if you don't sleep, your body doesn't detox. You need 7 hours of sleep on everyday basis. Every adult needs 7 hours. 8 hours if you're trying to heal your body from any ailment, minor or major. If you have high blood pressure, if you are on a medication, if you are a diabetic medication or any medication, which means your body needs more than 7. If you want it to heal, you have to give it rest. Always there will be lures, whether it is friends calling or binge watching. But you have to realize that if you want this body to give your saath, you have to learn how to put it to rest. It's not an. I wish there was a shortcut to this. Oh, if you sleep from this time to this time, then maybe only 4 hours of sleep would do the job. And there are many people who come on social media and say, I just need 3 hours of sleep, I just need 4 hours of sleep. Sorry, every adult needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep. If you want your body, your mind, your nervous system, your immunity to be at its guard when you open your eyes in the morning, please give it the rest. Nothing is more important. There was a classic study that was conducted where they gave 100 people 7 hours of sleep and they gave them a particular breakfast at 8 a.m. The 8 a.m. breakfast with 7 hours of sleep had an X sugar spike. They took the same 100 subjects, gave them only 6 hours of sleep. 1 hour less, just 1 hour less. They gave them the same breakfast at the same time, 8 a.m. If with 7 hours of sleep, their blood sugar was X, with 6 hours of sleep, their blood sugar was 2X.
My God.
Same people, same breakfast, same time. 1 hour less sleep. Your body's ability to process calories and sugar, this is just sugar that I'm giving you an example of. Like this, everything tumbles downhill when you don't sleep enough. Mental clarity, focus, multitasking, good decisions, happy moods. Have you realized how grumpy we are when we haven't slept well? It's our bodies trying to tell you that I haven't rested well enough. मोबाइल फ़ोन को चार्ज नहीं करोगे तो वो मरता जाएगा, तो गलती किसकी है? मोबाइल फ़ोन की कि हमारी?
Very true.
It's as important as charging your mobile phone. एक दिन भूल जाते हैं तो क्या क्या करते हैं हम? बैटरी पैक, कार चार्जर, दुकान में चार्ज कर लो प्लीज़ भैया, हमारा मोबाइल 10 मिनट के लिए चार्ज कर दो. We are roaming with backups. आपके स्लीप का ऐसा कोई बैकअप नहीं है, my dear friends. Please ensure adequate sleep. Not only the number of hours, but also a clean sleep hygiene. What does that mean? Similar sleep timings and similar wake-up timings. आज 10 बजे सोया, कल 12, फिर 2, फिर 4. Like my children will say, Mama, it's summer holidays. You want me to sleep for 8 hours? I'll sleep for 10. So what? I'll sleep at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I will get up next day morning at 2 o'clock. I'm on holiday. Each organ has a detox time. And if you are not sleeping at that point in time, you're skipping the detox time. Okay, and your detoxification process starts from 10 a.m. Also remember, 1 hour of rest before midnight is equal to 2 hours of rest post midnight. Every hour doubles if you sleep before midnight. And every organ has a detox time. So for example, you say some people, you know, he's prone to having a weak liver. Pata nahi, for some reason everything happens to his liver. Pata nahi, for some reason everything happens to his eyesight. Sab problems ek hi se associated hote hain. Is because this person doesn't sleep at a time where that organ ka detoxification process is at its max. So if you don't want to have a weak liver or a weak kidney or a weak organ, you've got to give it the rest. This body is a self-healing, magical body. I can cleanse my liver, my kidneys, my bones, my every organ. My body knows how to take care of it. But I need to take care of it in terms of my food, my lifestyle, my sleep, and exercise.
Great. So the first key lesson is that sleep is very, very important. But don't find an excuse to stay awake. Find a reason, and that reason is your body, to ensure that we at least have 7 hours of sleep, if not 8. And as Pooja said, that it should be a pattern so that the body clock starts working accordingly. Great. So moving on, as you know, we all love food, and you are in a city that loves its food, right? And at times it's very, very difficult to resist food, and you always have that, somehow you find a space for that extra bite. Now, we received a lot of questions on food and habits from our viewers, and we thought we'll bounce some of them with you. Now, in the working time, you know, you are always rushing to be at work on time, trying to meet some deadlines, and we end up skipping breakfast or pick up a sandwich on the way, or, you know, if you're in Mumbai, you pick up a vada pav. Here you'll pick up something local, but you skip breakfast. Now, does it really matter if you don't eat and probably you eat a heavy lunch later on, or I just pick up an apple and just go on the way? What's your take on how do we manage it, how risky it is to skip breakfast?
The simplest hack to staying healthy and slim is to have breakfast like a king. Simplest. We've heard our grandparents say this all the time. My nani used to say this all the time. नाश्तो राजो जैसे, इतना बड़ा नाश्ता खाओ जैसे राजा खाते हैं. And I have heard this since I was a little kid, when I had zero knowledge or idea about nutrition. Our ancestors, I always say this, our ancestors did a PhD in food and nutrition without doing basic nutrition, right? But if you skip breakfast, my dear friends, you are driving your car without petrol. Because when we skip breakfast and then we have a working lunch, then we sit down when we go home and garma garam dinner with the family, and then one extra roti and one more extra serving of rice, and I have not even eaten breakfast and I didn't even eat a good lunch. So let me eat a nice, loving, प्यार से dinner. It's like saying, सुबह को बिना पेट्रोल की गाड़ी चलाई, दोपहर को 2 बूंद डाल दिए, पार्क करने के बाद मैंने उसको ओवरफ्लो कर दिया. Okay? Luckily, your car can use the petrol the next day. Your body sadly can't. Everything you eat, when your body is not burning, your body stores as fat. Our body's universal currency to store is FAT, fat. Extra from sugar, extra from protein, extra from carbs. Whatever is extra is stored in your body as fat. And it is this fat, this abdominal girth, that is the hub, or the visceral fat, which is the hub of diseases, because this visceral fat gives you all the health problems that we are running away from. So, if you want to be that person who keeps disease at bay, if you want to be the person who uses intelligence, because it is now, our ancestors called it big breakfast, lunch like a pauper, dinner like a, lunch like a king, a prince, and dinner like a pauper. The West is known to do studies, right? हमारी ही चीज़ वो हमें सिखाते हैं. When they do a study and they called it chronobiology. I will quote another study. They did this study in, I forget the name of the university, but they did this study where they took subjects and put them into randomized groups. One was given 700 calories for breakfast, 500 calories for lunch, and 200 calories for dinner. It was called the King Prince Popper, and then Popper King Prince King. So 700, 500, 200 versus 200 for breakfast, 500 for lunch, and 700 for dinner. Those in the first group lost double the weight with the same food, same number of calories, same physical activity versus those in the second group. Okay? This is known as the power of chronobiology. Eat when your body is in the burning mode. So not eating breakfast. So you can imagine 700 calories for breakfast burnt. So if you don't eat breakfast, you're handicapping your body to eat when it's not burning. Your metabolic rate is here. But if you don't eat, what does your body burn? All your muscle. And losing muscle is like losing precious gold that your father and grandfathers saved for you. You don't want to lose a gram of it. That's your muscle. Skipping breakfast, eating a fruit as breakfast is zero respect to this body. And if there's one thing you learn from today's session, is how to love and respect this beautiful body God has gifted you. And if you close your eyes and think of that one person you know in your family who eats breakfast like a sher, think about her body size. And that one friend of yours who skips breakfast, think about his body size. Body size is a very small value of measure I'm giving you. It's not just your weight, but also your health that you are playing with if you skip breakfast. So yes, mornings are rushed. Yes, हमारे पास 100 चीज़ें होती हैं, and for us working mums, there is just that many things that we have to do. But not eating breakfast is missing the part of the day where your nutrition is at its max. So I would suggest eat last night's for dinner for breakfast, and eat your breakfast item for dinner in the night. नहीं है time, eat it ulta. Because that's the landing scope of your body's burning capacity. So never skip breakfast. I don't think any of us plan to fail. What we do is that we fail to plan. So if you sit down and plan 7 days or 10 days of breakfast with your family, then everyone contributes. Someone brings the groceries, someone helps in the cooking, someone helps in the cutting, someone helps in pre-prep. Many things can be half ready or full ready and then utilized. But please do not skip breakfast, and also please make sure that your breakfast is a high protein savory breakfast versus a sugar laden meetha breakfast. Because if you start your day with meetha, full day your blood sugar will be on a roller coaster of highs and lows, highs and lows. But if you start your day with a protein rich namkeen breakfast, you will always have more stabilized blood sugar levels. It's the simplest hack to reducing inflammation in the body. Today everyone is in the hot buzzword of inflammation. But primarily what is inflammation is highs and lows in your sugar levels. So avoid that by eating a protein packed breakfast. Dal ka chila, anda bread, idli sambar, dal ka paratha. Please eat a high protein breakfast so that you can have stable blood sugar levels. And if you have been skipping breakfast and eating a big dinner, all I'm telling you is उतना ही खाना खाना, सिर्फ उसका order reverse कर देना. In 2 weeks, you will lose minimum 1 kilo. Same खाना, just आपने order of eating बदल दिया. And you can lose that much weight with just changing the timing of when you're eating. Because what you burn at 8 a.m., you are not burning at 8 p.m.
Correct. Very true. Absolutely. That's a wonderful hack and an easy one. And we live in a city which loves its rice, dal, ghee, fried stuff, and sweets as well. Now, how do you maintain balance or the craving for such food, and how much is enough, or जब तक पेट ना भरे तब तक खा सकते हो?
So rice is a carb that many fear. चावल खाओगे तो ब्लड शुगर बढ़ जाएगा, चावल खाओगे तो वज़न बढ़ जाएगा, चावल इज़ unhealthy. For some reason I have heard those questions several times over. Chawal is not unhealthy at all, guys. I love chawal. My lunch every single day is chawal. If any of you follow me on Instagram, my what's in my dabba is always a sabzi, dal and chawal. Okay? Let me teach you 2 simple hacks on enjoying your chawal. 1. Cook, cool, reheat your chawal. You're changing the composition of the starch and reducing 50% sugar to resistant starch. So if you make freshly cooked rice and eat it immediately, if your blood sugar was at X, you keep this rice in the fridge for a few hours, remove it, reheat it and eat it. Your sugar spike with the same amount of chawal, basmati, tukda, kolam, whatever rice you enjoy, cooked, cool, reheated rice, your sugar spike will be X divided by 2. 50% lower. It is one of the simplest hacks I teach diabetics. To enjoy their rice is to eat cooked, cooled, reheated starch. And this principle applies for all starch foods, including potato, chapati, bread, roti, right? Cook, cool, reheat. Which also makes it a little practical for us working people to have a few rotis ready in the fridge, to have a little chawal ready in the fridge. All you have to do is keep it in proper airtight containers, cool it at the right temperature, reheat it at the right temperature, and enjoy it. So that is hack 1. Hack 2 is that carbs are not the culprit to spike sugar levels. Naked carbs are the culprit. Okay, so learn how to dress or make your carbs wear clothes. Just like we wear clothes, आगे से and पीछे से. Carbs have to be covered both ways. From the front, it's fiber. Fiber is sabzi, cooked raw soup, salad. पीछे से is protein. Proteins are dals, pulses, legumes, sprouts, chane, chole, rajma. If for those who eat non-veg, chicken, fish, mutton, eggs, that's your protein. Ensure that your carbs enter your body dressed. Most of us are enjoying naked carbs. Example, a bowl of poha, a bowl of upma, a bowl of noodles, a bowl of pasta, aloo paratha, chutney bread. Carbs जिसने कपड़े नहीं पहने. Or we do one-sided dressing. पाव भाजी, आगे से कपड़े पहने, पीछे से भूल गए. इडली सांबर, पीछे से कपड़े पहने, आगे से भूल गए. Ensure that you are covering your carbs back and front. You're automatically ensuring that your sugar spike is reduced. Remember, all problems start because of sugar spikes. And the easiest way to prevent a carb-related sugar spike is to dress up your carbs. So please enjoy your rice just like I do. Ensure that उसने कपड़े अच्छी तरह से पहने. And if you cook, cool and reheat, you have saved yourself 50% of the starch and sugar spike anyways.
You know, you really busted a very, very big myth. This is one big fight I always have with my mom. She's saying that ये खाना तो गरम और fresh खाना चाहिए, ये ठंडा करके फिर गरम करके. I don't know what's wrong with you guys these days, and she always loses her cool. So I'm going to show this video recording to her, saying that this is coming from an expert, and I'm sure it has busted a myth for a lot of us sitting here.
Let me also enhance on that. Carbs and proteins don't lose their nutritive value with cooking, cooling, reheating. So please feel free to reheat your dal, to reheat your fish, to reheat your roti, to reheat your rice. The nutritive value for which you eat that food is intact. If it had X grams of protein freshly cooked, it'll have same X gram of proteins even once it's cooled and reheated. Same goes for carbs and proteins. Vegetables, however, contain vitamins and minerals. These foods are better freshly cooked and immediately eaten, because heating, cooling, reheating makes you denature or lose those vitamins and minerals. Therefore, vegetables should be eaten fresh. Proteins and carbs can be cooked and cooled. Where your mum comes from is a school of thought where we didn't have the appropriate means to airtight the food, to cool it at that perfect fridge ka temperature, to reheat it at the perfect temperature, which causes a few certain bacteria to grow, which can harm our tummy.
Right.
So the logical sense, my grandmother also made sense when she said, beta, you should eat freshly cooked food, is because she didn't have the facilities that I have today.
Right.
But with an advancement in technology and with the facilities I have today, I have to tweak the science that I know to intelligently help me eat my food and not
without
let me
losing
gain
the
weight.
value of it. Great, nice. Now, many of us work long hours. Now, what you think are the healthiest snacks one can have? Because, you know, if you had dinner at 8:39 and you're working late, 12:31, bhook to lag jayegi. So, is there something called healthy snacks to eat at middle of the night while working?
Anything that you make in your house can be made healthy. It's as simple as that.
Even pakoras?
Air fry them. Thodi mehnat lagegi. Oven roast them. What are pakoras? Besan and kanda. Don't deep fry it. Put it in the oven ka tray and put it in the oven and enjoy it. Crisp. Yummy. Ingredients are great. Method can be tweaked. So anything we make in our kitchen, we can make healthy. We can make healthy burgers, healthy pizzas, healthy pastas. Dress up your carbs. Remember? So foods that you make in your kitchen can be healthy. But sadly, when we run outside and buy things from convenience, remember, man doesn't make products for your heart or blood sugar or health. He makes it for one sole purpose, which is money. So it has to be tasty, and it has to be presentable, and it has to be good looking, and it should have a long shelf life, and it has to have repurchasing value, etc. So most products will be made only to tickle and please your tongue, not for your health. But you have some roasted chanas that you can nibble on. Here you could have your muri, which is so delicious, so healthy. So you mix the muri with a little bit of roasted chana. So you muri is carbs. You just make the carbs where proteins. So make the carbs where some clothes. So put some proteins in it. And if you have the time to put some fresh vegetables and make like a proper muri bhel, there you go. It's a healthy snack. It was proteins, carbs, and vegetables and fiber. So anything can be made healthy. Of course, at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock in the night, we don't want to go in the kitchen and cut, chop, eat. Then you keep a handful of nuts, a little bit of roasted makhana or muri mixed with some protein at least. You could pre-attempt and keep some carrot, cucumber, celery sticks. You could save yourself one Frankie wrap and reheat it and eat it. Remember, guys, once we start giving thought that this body is a temple और मुझे इसको अच्छा खाना देना है, थोड़े से ट्विक्स करने हैं, थोड़ी सी आइडिया लगानी है, थोड़े से डब्बे रेडी करके रखने हैं, थोड़ी सी एफर्ट करनी है. See, when we travel, for example, don't we plan how we look from the outside? लंदन जा रहा हूँ, ये नहीं पहन सकती हूँ, ये उनके एनवायरनमेंट में ज़्यादा बेटर लगेगा, वेदर के हिसाब से दिस विल गो, अच्छा इसके साथ ये जूते पहनूंगी, अच्छा ये कॉबल स्ट्रीट्स पे गिर जाऊंगी. कितना सोचते हैं हम, how we look from the outside. Even today, I must have given thought to put this attire into the suitcase to bring it here. I just didn't put anything and reached here, right? We gave what I am going to look from the outside some thought. The minute you start valuing on how you want to treat your body from the inside and giving it a little bit of thought, along with my dress went a little box of badam, a little date mithai, as my mother calls it. It's a combination of nuts and date, just so that when I am hungry on the flight and when I'm in the car or when I'm stuck, I don't have to resort to picking up a bag of chips because I'm hungry. But if you have certain foods with you, you're able to nurture this temple with love and respect. Just all it needs is the effort. कि मुझे इसका ध्यान देना मेरा जॉब है एंड मुझे इसका ध्यान रोज देना है. You know, we think of health and taking care of ourselves as a luxury. जब टाइम होगा, जब पूजा को पैसे दे सकूँगा, जब ट्रेनर हायर कर सकूँगा, जब जिम की मेंबरशिप अफोर्ड कर सकूँगा, जब शादी पे अच्छा दिखना है, तब अपना ध्यान दूंगा. Do we ever think like this when we brush our teeth or have a bath? I'll have a bath when I want to look good, when I have time, when I have money.
Or when I'm meeting somebody.
We were taught that. We were taught that hygiene and brushing our teeth and having a bath is done 2 times, 3 times a day, non-negotiable. ब्रश है ना है, टूथपेस्ट है ना है, टाइम हो ना हो, we'll figure it out. We never were taught how to love and respect this body because they wanted us sick. They wanted us to eat food to please our tongue so that the food industry makes money, and then we eat rubbish and fall sick and the health industry will make money. Treat this body with love and respect. Healthcare and self-care is not to be done tomorrow, from today.
So basically what we focus, we start doing it. I guess that's the way it is.
If we know the importance.
Probably few days it'll be tough like everything else, and then slowly your body, you get used to it, your mind get used to it, your body get used to it, and you start practicing it. Great. How do we control craving of food? Especially when it's favorite food, like if, as we call it, puchka here and golgappe in Mumbai, if I'm eating 6, probably I end up eating 10 or 12 because I love it. So how do I control that craving? And I'm sure that's a challenge for most of us here.
So remember, we don't eat food because I'm a nutritionist and you're not. We eat food because we are human. खाएंगे नहीं तो मर जाएंगे. So if you feel that you want to be in control of your hunger, then eat before hunger strikes. Remember, when your stomach is full, even one golgappa will do the job. But if you haven't eaten for 6 hours, one plate is not going to suffice, even 3 might not. Because we eat food to survive. So the first way to control cravings is to eat on time. Keep your alarms, know your peak hunger times, you know you're going to go for the party, eat enough to keep your tummy full. If your stomach is full, your intelligence, Pooja ने जो बोला था, your motivation, your willpower, नहीं, I'm going to be good from 1st August, ये सब जो भी हमने अपने determinations बनाए थे, you'll be able to stick to it. But if you're hungry, forget you. If I'm hungry and it's been 6 hours and I haven't eaten anything and there's only pani puri available, even I will eat. Why? Because we are human. It is an instinct of survival. I don't want to die, so I will eat. And of course, anything that pleases my tongue is something that gives me a dopamine rush and says, ek aur, ek aur, ek aur, ek aur. So if you want to control your cravings, always keep your stomach full. 2, follow an 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, give your body what the body wants. 20% of the time, have fun with whatever it is that you're craving. A rasgulla or a gulab jamun. See, remember, every bite is information. You don't want to give your body wrong information for you to fall into wrong hands. So give your body... See, also, ever noticed how good the first pani puri tastes? The 3rd, 4th, 100th doesn't taste as good.
I agree.
It's always the first bite that is delicious. Maybe even the second. After that, it's gluttony. So enjoy the first 2 bites. Enjoy it for your tongue, but majority of the time, give your body what the body wants.
Great. Now we all live in social media age. There's so much of information available. Google पे सब कुछ मिलता है आजकल, and we believe Google a lot, or whatever information that's available online. That has also created a lot of myths around us with regard to the food or what we eat, don't eat, etc. Now, one of the thing is that, you know, हमेशा कहा जाता है कि आप 5 बादाम खाओ. I don't know why the number is 5, but most of the moms or grandparents, they say 5 बादाम खाओ, your memory will be fine. So are there any nutrition hacks that will help us improve our memory, or is it just a myth to sell more badam?
No, it's not a myth.
Or something like that.
Badams have good fat in them. They help you improve your omega. Omega is brain food. Remember, 70% of our brains are fat. Okay, so they need the good fats, and badam, avocado, flax seeds, alsi, these are all good fats. So 5 badam, jo nani ka nuksa tha, holds true. I told you, our forefathers had
great insight.
Great insight, yes. So badams are good fat, so please enjoy them. The one way that you can nurture your brains is with good fats, and 2 is with adequate hydration. Okay? Most of us ignore water. Most of us don't drink enough. As adults, average height and weight of this room, I would say you need anywhere between 2.5 to 3 liters of water daily. And none of us are drinking that much. When you feel thirsty, you're already 40% dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
And even 2% of dehydration reduces your cognitive skills, your memory, and your task for multitasking. Even 2% dehydration in your brain affects your cognitive skills.
Okay.
And if you think that I'll drink water when I'm thirsty, Pooja, प्यास ही नहीं लगती है, याद ही नहीं आता है. That's because your thirst and hunger centers are very close together in your brain. 90% of the time when we think we are hungry, we're actually thirsty. But we are not tuned into ourselves. Like I said, we are not listening to ourselves. So we will think, bhuk lagi hai, bhuk lagi hai, bhuk lagi hai. So please focus on water, 2.5 to 3 liters on a daily basis if you want to be having a better mind, memory and focus. And of course, good fats work as well.
Great. And also, you know, the myth is that in the morning when you get up, if you have warm water with lemon or honey, probably that's a great way to start your morning. So is this a myth, or it really helps?
I don't agree with it. Okay. Warm water and lemon changes the osmolarity of our gut and causes our bones to leach out a lot of calcium to reverse the osmolarity. So I don't believe in warm water and lemon. Lemon is great to keep the gut pH. I love lemon as is, but not with warm water. So if you want to have just plain warm water to start your day, you're most welcome to. And if you want to have a lime shot just before your lunch or after to aid digestion, please feel free. Don't combine the two. Okay,
great. Now, many a times, you know, if I'm overweight or I want to lose some weight and I don't have time to go to gym, I feel that if I skip meals or I eat less, I'll be able to lose weight faster. And so that's the start, and then probably you read somewhere that intermittent fasting is the fastest way to lose your weight. And then we start maybe 12 hours, 14 goes up to 16 and even more. So what is the real, secret sauce of intermittent fasting? Does it really help? Is it healthy? So there are a lot of myths around it.
Intermittent fasting is excellent because it gives your body and your system a break from constantly digesting, and therefore helps in cell autophagy. So it helps us to remove dead cells and make new cells. So the break in your digestive system is great, but it's great when you do it correctly. It has to follow the sunset-sunrise pattern. And if you're doing intermittent fasting, you have to stop eating at 5, max 6. To next day start eating at 9, max 10 a.m. What most people do is eat till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night and then start next day at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. This is not intermittent fasting, this is just convenience. And like I explained to you, what your body burns at 8 a.m., it doesn't burn at 8 p.m. So if you are going to not eat at 8 a.m. when your body is in burning mode, and you're going to eat at 8 p.m. when your body is in storing mode, you are not helping yourself lose weight or give your digestion a break. So if you want to do intermittent fasting, do it the right way, then it's great. Otherwise, it's not intermittent fasting.
So sunset to sunrise?
Yes.
A little extended sunrise, probably 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then you...
To start eating in the morning?
Yeah.
So if you finish your dinner by 5, max 6, you can start eating at 9, max 10, right? So it's still not at 7, but...
So for working people like us who are in the office till about 6, 6:30, reach
So
home by
carry your
7:38.
You have to carry
So
your
if you
dinner.
really want to do it genuinely and make benefit out of it, then it's better you carry your dinner.
Yes.
Otherwise, your intermittent fasting probably starts at 8 p.m. and then the cycle goes till 12 noon or something like that.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's okay.
Still
8
better
is
than
still
doing
better
nothing.
than doing, no, it's still better than doing eating at like 10, 11, 12. But if you can carry your dinner to office, which I know everyone doesn't like to carry lunch and dinner, but like I said, dinner has to be a chotu sa meal. So if it's eaten in office, it'll be easier to eat a chotu sa meal versus if you're at home and your wife is giving you garma garam rotis and you want to not stop. So maybe it's a smarter way to eat it in office. And most offices have great amenities these days to reheat your food. So it's a little bit of an effort, but like I said, your body, your temple.
How do we boost the metabolism in the body? Because that's a great way of probably losing weight or maintaining your weight and energy. So are there ways or any hacks where one can actually boost metabolism?
So there are only, what does your metabolism or metabolic rate depend on? So BMR is your basal metabolic rate. It depends on your age, your height, your gender, and your body composition. Age, height, gender. I wish I could tell you a hack to change it, but I can't. Body composition is the only one thing that is in our hands, and body composition is the more the fat you have, the lesser the metabolic rate. The more the muscle you have, the better your metabolic rate. So the only thing that's in your hands is how to change the composition of more muscle and less fat. The best way to burn fat is to be able to move, eat small meals, eat intermittent or 2 hourly, whatever works better for your body. And you have to exercise to burn fat, and you have to weight train to build muscle. So the only way to boost your metabolism is to change your body composition, which means we have to get moving. Remember, guys, being sedentary is a disease. 70% of how you age depends on how you move. And 51% of urban India doesn't move enough. Studies and statistics have shown people between Bombay, Pune, Chennai and Kolkata, 6 out of 10 adults, low physical activity. What is good physical activity and what is low physical activity? 4 active hours in a week. Not much. But 51% of urban India is physically inactive. And being sedentary or physically inactive is a disease. If I were to tell you the story of 2 adults, 70 years of age, Karan and Arjun. Karan, who didn't exercise, who led life, top CEO, big job, big money, big bank balance, but didn't exercise. Today at 70, he huffs, puffs and pants, can't climb a flight of stairs, needs a stick to maintain his balance, falls sick often, has high blood pressure, perhaps high sugar levels, etc. And Arjun, who was in physical fitness, part and parcel of life, थोड़ा भाग लिया, स्पोर्ट्स खेल लिया, फुटबॉल खेल लिया, गली का क्रिकेट खेल ली, बड़े होके थोड़ा सा जिम चला गया, थोड़ी बॉडी बनाई, in his 30s and 40s while making money, he went 2-3 hours into the gym in a week, थोड़ी सी मसल्स बनाए, थोड़ा सा पेट पे ध्यान दिया, थोड़ी एक्सरसाइज की, नॉट अ फिटनेस फ्रीक बट डिड सम मूवमेंट, कभी स्विम कर लिया, कभी फुटबॉल खेल लिया, कुछ ना कुछ करके थोड़ी मूवमेंट कर ली. Today at 70, he can run around with his grandchildren, he can play with them, he can go for a swim with them, he can go on a mountain hike on a holiday with his family. His posture is fine, he needs no stick, his balance is fine, his sugar is fine, his mind, he does crossword puzzles. Whereas Karan can't sometimes remember the name of his family members. The only difference was the mobility. So if you guys want to ensure your tomorrow, move today.
So is it fair to say that sitting is the new smoking? Because most of us sit on the chair and work. So I don't smoke, but probably it's worse than or something very similar to smoking.
Yes, very much. And forget you, but I sit on a chair all day long. I sit in my clinic from 9:30 till 5 o'clock. What do? 12 steps to my bathroom and back. And the whole time I'm only sitting and talking. I wish talking was called exercise, then I'd be really fit. But talking burns no calories. Talking is no work done. Remember physics, guys? Work done is equal to distance covered. And with my words, I can't cover any distance. So if you don't put in that 1 hour a day to move, to do some form of physical activity, then we are asking for a slow mind, a slow body. Dementia and Alzheimer's comes more to sedentary people versus those who exercise.
Great. So what I do is when I get calls, normally I walk around and talk, and I'm on call for about an hour and a half or two in a day. So that's like minimum. I just can't sit and talk as a habit, and that probably has helped me a lot. And I'm sure most of us who talk on the phone, it can be a great hack where rather than sitting on the chair and you can just walk around.
Yes,
right?
Excellent. Also, I could give you all one more simple hack. It's called calf raises. Remember that our gluteus muscle in our calves is directly linked to our heart. So even if you can't move about and you're not walking about at work, every hour, if you do this for about 5 minutes, just keep your toes on the ground and your heels up in the air and just lift. It's called calf raises. 5 minutes an hour. Better, we could do it right here. Especially after your meals. It reduces your sugar spike. It's equivalent to doing 20 squats. 5 minutes post your meals or 5 minutes every hour. Some form of physical activity that is helping you burn some sugar. It's not easy. When it starts getting tiring, slow down. Go slower. Then again, pick up some speed. Then again, when you're tired, slow down. 5 minutes.
This is as easy as it can get actually, right? Sitting on the chair, great. Now, these days, there are a lot of advertisements about supplements. Jahan dekho wahan supplements. And somewhere we have started to believe that supplements are the solution for every problem of mine as far as body is concerned. And there are amazing marketing narratives that when you read, you feel, oh wow, if I take this, magic will happen. So is it really worth it or it's a fad?
So supplements, sadly, are essential. Okay? With the hundreds of years of farming and over-farming and no crop rotation and not letting our soil breathe, our soil is left with inadequate nutrition to give our food. The carrot, the vitamin A my grandfather got from one carrot in the 1950s, I need to eat 99 such carrots to get the same vitamin A. So clearly the soil isn't nutritive enough to give me nurturing food. So sadly, supplements are essential, and India is making some great supplements. So please buy local. Yes, you must buy clean supplements because many of them are trying to give us a lot of bulking agents and fillers and composition of vitamins for a very high price. I know that's not the easiest for you guys to understand when you all don't understand nutrition, but maybe we could do a whole tutorial on how to read labels and how to understand vitamin supplements and what is good and what is not and which composition and what dosage. But supplements are essential because in my practice, I would like to correct you, it's not 15 but 25 years of my practice that I have been at. I have seen vast nutritional deficiencies in everyday upper middle class people like us. Middle class, upper middle class people. We are trying to eat wholesome, we are trying to eat nurturing, and we are eating healthy as much as we know. But even then we have a lot of nutritional deficiencies. 90% of Indians are vitamin D deficit. Vitamin B12 is a vast deficiency I see. So yes, supplements are important. I wish I could give you all a few hacks on which ones to take and for what dosage and for how long, but it's not as generalized. And self-dosing, overdosing can be harmful. Please remember that, because we have water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. fat soluble your body can't get rid of, so surplus लोगे तो आपके body में store हो जाएगा. Water soluble your body will be able to throw out. So थोड़ा extra भी हो गया जैसे B vitamins या vitamin C, it's not harmful to your body. But vitamin D, you need to check blood levels and take it from a nutritionist. Sadly, doctors pay no heed to these vitamins. So there will be stark deficiencies and the client will show it to the patient shows it to the doctor says that's fine. But it's not. And if those levels are not fine, then automatically your health is not going to be fine and hair will fall and chakkar will come and weakness will come and immunity will be low, so you will keep falling sick. But sadly, then that's how you keep going back to doctors.
So they are important, right? And you got to be very choosy in terms of what kind of supplements that you pick. Now, these days we hear a lot about gluten-free diets or gluten-free food or dairy-free diets. Are they really essential or they are okay to have? And any hacks or any particular food that you think?
So gluten was supposed to be in wheat only at 4 or 5%. But during the Green Revolution, when man wanted to increase the range of products that he puts on the shelf, they genetically modified the wheat to have between 4 to 5% gluten to having 10 to 12% gluten. Because gluten is the protein that makes your bread soft and your rotis fluffy and your paos dewy. So it gives you a better texture of your bakery products. It increases the shelf life of bakery products. So they tweaked it to have more gluten. But over the years, from the 1970s to now, those of us who have been eating too much gluten have now become gluten sensitive. Too much gluten is causing gas and bloating and discomfort. So we are not gluten intolerant, but most of us have become gluten sensitive. So to them I say, in India it's very easy to make a swap. We have tons of millets, and for us to make bajre ki roti or jawari ki roti or nachni ki roti is not difficult. So I would say just swap your wheat for millets. Kabhi kabhar you add a little bit of gluten in terms of bread or pav, that's not a problem. But jahan aap load body mein kam kar sakte ho, it is smarter and intelligent to do that. Lactose, most adults can't digest lactose because we don't have that much of the enzyme, which is why it becomes difficult for us to digest it, which causes gas and bloating again, and it irritates our stomach. So the lesser lactose we do, the better.
So lesser dairy products, better it is.
Yes.
Great. We all, of late, we started to love our caffeine, especially when you start drinking coffee. And there are so many other products, chocolates, coffee, etc. with caffeine. How much is okay to have, or is caffeine bad for body beyond a point?
Anything is in surplus bad for you. Even something as innocent and pure as water. For caffeine, I would say if it's tea, I would do about max 3 cups a day. And if it's coffee, I would do 2 cups a day, no more. Caffeine is not free energy, it is borrowed energy. So when I'm feeling low at 4 o'clock and I have a cup of coffee, मुझे free का energy नहीं मिल रहा है. I'm borrowing it from 6 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock again I'm feeling low. So it's an addiction, and don't get addicted because caffeine is dehydrating and it leaches water from your body. It's a diuretic. So caffeine should be limited to coffee, no more than 2 cups, tea no more than 3. And if you're taking caffeine from aerated drinks and caffeinated beverages, that is all artificial caffeine that can give you high heart rate and a lot of health problems. So if your children are used to energy drinks and artificial caffeine from aerated drinks, please steer clear. They are deadly and harmful for you.
Great. And just a follow-up question. People are asking that if I don't exercise regularly, just having the right food, will this be enough? Or I still, as you said, movement is important. So just having the right food is not enough. You need to have some movements to ensure that your body...
Yes, because if there's no movement, your bones become weaker. Our bones are made up of 2 cells, osteoblasts and osteoclasts. Osteoblasts is what builds and maintains the bone mass. Osteoclasts is what breaks down and breaks away our bones. If you don't move and you don't put pressure on these bones, then the osteoclasts become more active and osteoblasts can't work. So if you want to maintain your bone strength, and who wants to have a drooping posture or weak knees or I can't walk. What does frailty mean as we grow older? Needing a stick or having a fall and an injury and not recovering from it is all happens because our bones are not supporting our posture. So please move, guys. Exercise is non-negotiable. Exercise is not just to look good. It is to be in control of your life and to be the boss of your health and not rely on sticks, doctors, wheelchairs, nurses and nutritionists. So you've got to move. Find whichever movement you like. Walking your dog, walk and talk, do whatever. Play a sport, jump around, do something, but please do some physical activity.
Great. Now, we have a work style where sometimes we have back-to-back meetings. You don't get any breaks. And the easiest thing that comes to mind to stay energized is have some coffee or something. Is there a better way to keep yourself energetic when you're having back-to-back meetings and you're not being able to step out to eat something or...
See, your body needs fuel. If you're not going to give it proper khana and pani, then you'll rely on caffeine. So every 2 hourly, even if you put 4 badams in your mouth and take a little sip of water, you've given your body the petrol to work for the next 2 hours. So you have to fuel your body. If you want your mind to work and your body to work, then you have to give the car the fuel. So there's a non-negotiable here. I'm not saying every 2 hours stop meetings, open big lunch dabbas and eat dal chawal. But you've got to give your body some fuel every 2 hours. It could be a handful of makhana, nuts, anything that you have kept in your drawer, roasted chana, something, some roasted crackers, khakra, anything. But you have to give your body fuel. You have to hydrate. So just keep alarms every 2 hours to put something into your body with a little bit of water and you can go on and on and on working.
So basically we eat what we carry, so carry the right food, especially during the meetings, and chances are that we'll not end up, just craving for food. Great. And many of us travel a lot for work. And that becomes a very, very difficult thing, both from hydration point of view and the food choices as well. So how do you maintain that sanity and to ensure that you hydrate as well as eat the right food while traveling?
Your body, your temple. But now whether my body is in Bombay or it is in Kolkata or it is in London or Bhatinda, to feed it is my prerogative so that I can be the best version of myself wherever in the world I am. So I have to feed it right. My flight landed at 2:30, which means I had to eat some nibbles at the on-flight. I had literally 2 minutes in my hotel to change to get here, but that doesn't mean my nutrition bears the brunt of it. I ensured that I stopped, figured something that was healthy from a store at the airport. She and I shared literally half a sandwich so that there is some fuel in my car so that I can do the best version of myself. Now, if I hadn't eaten and I was tired and angry and irritable, I wouldn't be answering the way I want to. I wouldn't be the best version of myself. So you have to fuel yourself. Few nibblers come with you, few things you pick up. Once you start realizing the value of what you're putting into your body, wherever in the world you go, where there is gulab jamun and vada pavs available, there are healthy foods available as well. So you just have to make sure that you give your body that importance. Of course, carry a few nibblers, a few Frankie roti wraps, sattu that can be put in a glass of water, in a bottle of water and drank. You can carry many things. You just have to make the intention to do it. And then wherever in the world you go, there can be one small food bag that walks with you. Luckily, we all live in a world where we can afford house helps. So if your help knows कि भैया या भाभी जाने वाली है, उनके लिए एक food bag pack कर दो, 3-4 dry चीज़ें, 3-4 wet चीज़ें डाल दो, you have a little bag that walks with you and nurtures you. You just have to put the effort.
So it's very important what we pack in the backpack.
Just like how we put importance na, battery, mobile charger ले जाते हैं, perfect shoes ले आते हैं. We think, right? Right.
Great. Now there's a question on liver and kidney health. So one is that, does high creatine causes kidney damage, even if hydration is maintained? Or
high creatine from serum point of view or drink point of view?
Probably this question came from somebody here, so probably during the Q&A we'll have more detail. And liver has become a big problem because we all, many of us, not all, but many of us love our alcohol. So is it a myth that drinking alcohol can damage your liver or?
Definitely not a myth. but not necessarily only alcoholics have a fatty liver. There is something known as non-alcoholic fatty liver that happens to most of us who are not eating good quality, are not eating with thought. You're eating more processed khana, more packaged khana, more sugar, and therefore loading your liver with a lot of fat that you're eating. Remember, your body has only few storage spaces. So when your triglycerides have increased enough in your blood, it starts storing it in the liver and causes what is known as a fatty liver. Alcohol is a toxin. So the more you want to trouble yourself and give yourself toxins and poison, you can drink. It's not a myth. Every drink is harmful to your body. So please drink with thought.
So we got to be mindful of what we eat if we want to maintain a healthy liver. Great. One of the challenges, as many of us are parents here and many of our viewers, one of the challenges is, like when I look at my own house, my nephew loves to use an app 24/7 to eat food, and very difficult to, put sense in his head because he finds it convenient, tasty, etc., etc. So how do we teach, or what do we teach, or how do we ensure that our children also start to eat right?
Today's kids are very intelligent. So if you teach them with objective and with purpose, and you teach them what happens if, they want to learn. So I've written books as per my journey. Eat Delete was a book that was written on weight loss, which, like we said, was converted in many languages. We have the Bengali version available here for you guys. That was how to eat to lose weight. Eat Delete Junior was a parental guide. When my girls were small, I taught them what is good food. So I was like, why should only a nutritionist teach her children? Why not every parent? So Eat Delete Junior was a book written from birth till age 15, what you should feed your child. And then there's N for Nourish, which when my girls became teenagers, they were like, Mama, we know everything. When they became big, I was like, okay, Mama doesn't know anything, so let's write a book that children can read for themselves. So N for Nourish is a book that it's for ages 10 plus. It's the first of its kind in India, which was a book on nutrition written to address children. What happens when you eat too much sugar? What happens when you drink less water? What should I do to have better memory and score better in school? What should I do to be a better athlete? So all of these are taught to them. Teach your children, and these guys are excellent learners. When we were little, we were buddhus, but these kids know everything. So if we teach them, A, by giving them material that will teach them, B, by leading with example.
I was just coming to that, yeah.
If we don't exercise and we are eating golgappas and we are drinking Coke, then we don't expect our children to not do that.
So what we keep in fridge decides what we eat at home, right?
Yes.
So
you have to show them the way, not tell them the way.
Now, social gatherings are a big problem. A lot of social gatherings, functions, and we end up, not eating the right food or eating very heavy food and lots of it. So how does one kind of manage, or is there a hack or a formula to ensure that you
Keep
don't...
your stomach full. Simple.
So when you go to a social gathering and you know that you're going to overeat or something that you should not indulge in, and you already finished your 20% of cheating quota, so probably eat something and go so that you eat less. Is that the way to...
It's a mindset, right? The minute you know that, okay, I'm going out, if I'm going to go hungry, I'm going to eat the first starter that comes served to me.
Right.
So eat something and go. A cup of yogurt with a little bit of flaxseed can fill you up. Maybe an egg white omelette can fill you up. Something that is substantial enough to keep you full and for you to be able to say no to the wrong food and yes to the right food.
Great. So what we'll do now is we'll open the floor for questions. We'll ask few questions from our viewers here, and then we'll proceed this further.
आई विश वो मैं आपको ओरली बता सकती, बट वो आपके मेटाबॉलिक रेट पे डिपेंड करता है. अगर आप वो बुक पढ़ेंगे, उसमें मैंने आपको सिखाया है हाउ टू कैलकुलेट योर मेटाबॉलिक रेट अकॉर्डिंग टू योर एज, योर हाइट, योर वेट. फिर वो मेटाबॉलिक रेट के हिसाब से आपको क्या खाना है, क्या ब्रेकफास्ट, क्या लंच, क्या डिनर, सब सिखाया हुआ है.
But any easy hack just to...
There is no easy hack, my dear. It's science.
So the basic thing is that if you eat at the right time and eat to just fill your stomach, eat to survive, I think that's a good starting point, and then you get into these details to figure out what exactly is the right thing.
मैं सुबह मैं मटन खाऊं और डिनर में नहीं खाऊं. मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ आप मटन नहीं खाओ डिनर में. मैं बोल रही हूँ रोटी चावल कम करो, कार्ब्स कम करो, प्रोटीन्स खाओ. हाँ.
वाह, सर तो बड़े खुश हो गए, आपने मटन खाने दोनों टाइम बोल दिया. ग्रेट.
No, I just answered that. Please don't skip meals, especially not. Don't skip any meals. Because if you don't eat right, you'll eat wrong. Then have a very small dinner. So don't skip meals, but eat your dinner. Okay, even if you're eating at 8:30, then eat 1/4 of what you would eat it at say 7. But please eat something, because if you don't eat the right food, फिर नींद नहीं आएगी, फिर आप गलत खा लोगे.
So जितना लेट से आप खा रहे हो उतना कम खाओ.
All millets have to be soaked and then cooked, and then there's absolutely nothing to worry about the weather and how to eat them. But millets give us a lot of variety in our diet, right? And we are a country that produces millets, and we should learn how to enjoy our own cultural grains. And millets are a higher fiber carb, so they cause a lesser sugar spike in your blood. So it's a great way to incorporate variety as well as health. So I would encourage us to please learn a little bit, read a little bit on how to cook these millets, and there are thousands of recipes available online, and that gives us, like I said, a little bit of variety as well, instead of just eating the same old khana every day. So please venture out into millets, because they're really a good carb source to include. So if I'm going to compare between sugary aerated drinks and no sugar-free ones, if I'm comparing versus, then yes, that's the funda. But of course, if I have to have an aerated drink, if it was my choice, I would take the sugar-free one, because anyways, why would I even put sugar in it and then enjoy it? So sugar-free ones can be an option, but they are no ways innocent and free and enjoy them every day just because it has no calories. They are carbonated with a lot of color and preservatives and chemicals that we don't want in our body. So here I completely understand when you say that हम लोग किसकी सुने, क्योंकि सब लोग कुछ अलग ही बोल रहे हैं. आप अपनी सुने. Okay, there is no universal good or bad. Most people को dairy नहीं सूट होता है. Most people को gluten sensitivity है. Most. It's not a generalized rule. Listen to your body. जब आप दूध पीते हो, आपको सूट होता है या नहीं? Does it cause gas, bloating, headaches? Oh, आपको सूट हो रहा है. Listen to you and do everything in moderation. ओके, दूध अच्छा है, लेकिन अगर मैं 2-3 लीटर दूध रोज़ पीने वाली हूँ तो कोई मेरे लिए वो अच्छा नहीं है. सो अगर आधा कप दूध पूरे दिन में ले रही हूँ और मुझे सूट हो रहा है तो प्लीज़ लीजिए. मुझे सूट नहीं हो रहा है तो मैं नहीं लूँगी. वो बड़े डॉक्टर बोले या छोटे डॉक्टर बोले, बट आपको अपनी सुननी है. लेकिन हम वो एफर्ट ही नहीं लगाते हैं कि टू सी कि इफ़ आई एम नॉट हैविंग डेयरी, या मैं अगर दूध वाली चाय नहीं लेता हूँ और मैं ब्लैक टी लेता हूँ, हाउ एम आई फीलिंग. हम सिर्फ अपनी टंग के हिसाब से, आदत के हिसाब से चीज़ें कंटिन्यू करते हैं. सो ट्राई टू वीन ऑफ टू सी इफ इट सूट्स यू, और व्हेन यू आर ड्रिंकिंग इट, इफ इट डजंट बॉदर यू, in moderation, please enjoy it.
Great, I think that's the best way. Just listen to your body, and as she said, body gives enough bip bip bip. Just listen to that, and I'm sure we'll have the answers. So thanks so much, Pooja, for sharing such wonderful, powerful insights, and very easy to practice. Now, before we let you go, we thought we'll just have a little more fun. We'll put you on a spot. We'll ask some rapid fire questions. No thinking. Just quick questions, quick answers is what we are looking at. So here we go. Are you ready? One food you can't live without.
Eggs.
The most overrated health fad right now.
Carbs are bad for you.
One food myth you wish people would stop believing.
Water is useless.
Your go-to comfort food.
Dark chocolate.
What is your simplest tip for someone starting their health journey now?
Start small. Look at 1 kilo of weight loss, not 10.
One small lifestyle change that can make a big health difference.
Drink more water and sleep better and move more.
Okay. If you had to ban one ingredient from your kitchen, what would it be?
Sugar in all forms. White, brown, green, orange, purple, dim umbra, honey, good, all of them.
The healthiest snack for busy professionals on the go.
Roasted chana or almonds.
Your favorite cheat meal.
Baked cheesecake.
If you could give parents just one tip for raising healthy eaters, that would be?
Show them, don't tell them.
And finally, one golden rule of healthy living you personally follow every day.
Treat your body like a temple because you're not getting another body again.
Great. So thank you so much, Pooja. I think these answers are really going to help our viewers. And, so I just want to share with you that please remember this. Eat for nourishment, not just for numbers. Your food is your fuel and your lifestyle is your medicine. If you follow these two things, chances are that you'll have a healthy body. So till we meet again, हमेशा मुस्कुराते रहें, healthy रहें और मस्त रहें. God bless you. श्याम स्टील, फ्लेक्सी स्ट्रॉन्ग टॉक्स और मैं लोकेश नथानी की तरफ से आप सबको बहुत सारा प्यार और बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं. थैंक यू. That was so very wonderful. Thank you.